Good morning, Year 11s. Today we're looking at modelling sine data using the calculator. Alright, let's say you found a data set, and for your investigation you will have to go out and find a data set. It might look something like this, say average temperatures of each month of the year. And we want to find a sine model to, well, fit the curves, then we can make predictions about future year and temperatures. What we can do is we open up our calculator, go to stat mode, and enter in all of the data. Note that if you have the months, January, February, March, April, May, math doesn't do well with words. So generally we just replace words with numbers. We let January be 1. So at 1, it was 17.8. In May, 2, it was 17.9, etc. And then we head down. Alright, and let's say we want to draw a graph. So we click graph, and then click set. We want a scatter graph with our X list as list 1 and Y list as list 2. So we're thinking that is our X, that is our Y. Right, and if we have that set up like that, we can click exit and hit graph 1. And we can see we've got a sine curve, almost an entire one. It looks curvy enough, and we want to try and plot the data through that, plot a line through that data. Note that if you've gone out and found real life data, there is no way it will be that smooth. You'll have dots everywhere in a vaguely curvy pattern. And that's fine, real life data never fits a perfect curve. You can see I've taken the data from the textbook, more or less, because it fits almost a perfect curve. So don't be disappointed if your curve doesn't go through every single point. It's not meant to. Then what we're going to get our calculator to do is a regression. And what our calculator does with this regression is it tries to put a graph through the data in the best way it can. So you click calculate, and there's lots of different regressions you can do. If you wanted to, you can try and make it put a quadratic through the regression. So one big curve like that. And your calculator essentially does the best it can to fit a curve through there. So if I click x squared, which is what, there, it will try and draw a quadratic through. And you can see it's given it a pretty good crack. Clearly it's not going to help us model anything, because if we go beyond one way or beyond the other way, if it looks like every other year apart from the one we're looking at is going to have epically high temperature. So let's say we don't want a quadratic to model this. Instead, we have other options. We have log, power, and then this sin. So sine here, if you click that, it will calculate the best possible values for A, B, C, and D using A there, B there, C there, D there, and we can draw it out. And you can see that the second line we've drawn is far, far better than the quadratic we just did. I will try and get rid of that quadratic. No, I just drew it again. But that's okay. You can see how that sine curve there is fitting the dots pretty well, and you've been given the equation from your calculator. Alright, that's really all I want to show you, is how to do this on the calculator. Note that when you do it for your project, you might want to show this a bit better than you can on the calculator. Excel does exactly the same thing. You can draw a scatter plot in Excel, and Excel will put a sine curve through it as well. And I will help you in class if that's what you choose to do. I think Excel is beautiful to work with. It's pretty much a life tool, and it can do this in a much more presentable way in an investigation compared to your calculator. But calculator does exactly the same thing mathematically. Alright, thank you very much.